Surprise! League of Legends! What is up, guys? My name is Solstice, and today I am proudly able to say that I am now recording one of my favorite PC games of all time, being League of Legends. And you are seeing on screen not only my first League of Legends recording, but also my first League of Legends recording. This is literally the first game that I attempted recording using Fraps. And not only am I happy with the quality, even though it's only 25 frames a second because I don't have the greatest computer in the world, it's still a good looking video. But it also turned out to be a decent game. And the gameplay is I am playing Rengar in Dominion. And now my opinion of Rengar is he is extremely fun. I am not gonna lie. I have this thing where there are very few champions that the minute I come out, I want to buy them right off the bat with RP before I even see them. But it always turns out that those champions that I want to get are extremely fun. Examples of champions that I've bought like that would be Hecarim. I was going to buy Rengar, but then I never ended up getting RP, and I'm actually playing him free week here. But I was completely wholeheartedly expecting to get him, and he turned out just like Hecarim did. I believe I got one more like that, or maybe even two more like that I can't remember the names of that I got that way, that I'm really happy that I got. Like, Hecarim is like the numero uno, he's like the #1 champion for this little discussion, because although he's not the greatest of champions and he doesn't specifically fit into most roles perfectly, he's still an extremely enjoyable champion to use. Admittedly, he is very fun. Just like the old unworked Evelyn, I'll call it. She was bad in almost every situation, but she was admittedly very fun. So you have all these different things, and as you just saw there, I just faked the crap out of that enemy Rengar, because I play blind pick Dominion. I thoroughly enjoy playing Dominion, but I only play blind pick. But anyway, my opinions on Rengar as an actual champion, other than the fact that he's extremely fun, I would honestly say that he has really good potential in the right circumstances, but he's more or less a jump in, jump out solo artist kind of champion. So in a way you can almost relate him to being like a type of Lee Sin, where it's like early game he's extremely strong and he can just do what he wants, but late game it really starts to shine through that he loses a lot of his overall team potential, and that just comes to bite him in the ass. Now, the problem with a lot of Rengars that I see in Summoner's Rift, and why people think Rengar really isn't the greatest of champions, is I see almost every single person who plays Rengar start Q first. And they think that maxing Q first is the greatest way of doing it, even though it's actually, it's really not. Nice double kill by Ezreal right there. And a good escape by the Nautilus. But anyway, shout out to the brand new Nautilus skin. I love it. Nautilus is one of my favorite jungle champions. I main the jungle, might add. So, love the skin. It's really cool. Good work on it. I haven't seen Pool Party Ziggs. Actually, no, that's a lie. I have seen Pool Party Ziggs, and it's pretty cool too. So, good job, Riot. Those cool skins. But anyway, the problem with it is it doesn't flow correctly with how the game works. The problem with starting Q first is, sure, you're getting a little bit more damage, but it's all single target. In early game, you don't have that much attack speed to begin with, so it doesn't make sense picking up Q because it's a percentage of your attack speed increase. It's not a wholehearted attack speed increase. So you only end up buffing your attack speed a little bit, and that only increases your damage output by a small margin. The way I play Rengar, as you see me in this game, the first 3 skills I unlocked using the control skill method, but for the rest of the game I just clicked on them. So as you probably noticed, or are noticing, because I'm only level 7, I go W first, and the reason for that is because W gives you extreme sustainability because it gives you an armor and magic resist buff boost. I mixed the two words up. But it gives you a lot of sustainability in terms of tankiness. With ferocity bonus, it gives you a lot of damage increase. It also gives you sustainability through heal. It does AO damage, so it helps you clear faster as well. And then on top of all of that, by going with it first, you also reduce the cooldown. So it's best to do it first because in Summoner's Rift, I'll talk about Summoner's Rift first. In Summoner's Rift, it helps you to clear out the jungle camps much faster because it's all area of effect damage. And with the ferocity bonus, you can use it 2 times in rapid succession, so you get a ton, like an absolute ton of AO burst damage. You get a nice large heal. At level 5, it's 15% of your max health right then and there, and that's just crazy. And quick side note, right here, my team, we never fully capped the point, and we were right at their spawn. No one was paying too close attention to the spawn timers on the enemy team, so we just get bombarded by like a 4v2.5 instantly. And I saw Rengar go invisible there, so I just dragged him through the Teemo shroom to get him slowed, and I made it out no problem. But anyway, you get a ton of AO damage, you get a heal, which in the early jungle is fantastic. Now, I know that you might be arguing in your head, oh, well, you get an attack speed percentage increase, why is it so bad? You get a percentage health increase. And it's like, the difference is that health always helps. Attack speed only helps later in the game when you actually have a reasonable amount of it. So the heal is always usable, whereas the attack speed doesn't really give you that early game clearing ability that the W does. It doesn't give you the sustain that W does. W gives you area damage. It's easier to follow up with your general combo, because you shouldn't be queuing as your first piece of the combo, because by queuing first, you still have to bola, you still have to use your shout for the tankiness, and to add on to all of that, none of those things reset your attack timer, so you're wasting the attack speed increase. So you should be saving Q for last and after you bola, because the bola, you have 2 options. You can either use your ferocity bonus on your shout, which gives you a ton of burst damage, as well as giving you some more sustainability and a lot of tankiness, or you can use your bola, because if you use bola first, it gives you a nice quick snare, which allows you to easily smack that Q, and then you can just bola again for the slow, so you get 2 nice bits of CC, plus all of your damage continuing. And you don't have to worry about, like, progressively keeping on with your entire combo. Like, you'll see right here, I give this Rengar a ton of burst damage outward. And I walk away with it, I walk away from it, I should say, with only missing, I'm going to say 300 health. So, as you can see, like, the burst damage off the W, as well as the sustain and the tankiness increase, is amazing. And on top of all of that, Rengar works best if you build him as a tanky bruiser type. Like right here, I just decimate these guys. I use my snare bonus to lock down Jace long enough to just grab him. So, and it helps Singed get the double kill, good for him. And if you saw the Ashe at the very start of that little clip, she melted, okay? She just, boom, dead, gone, whatever. So we put them in a very strong cap. Ezreal uses a really good ult to stop Gangplank, but Shaco ends up showing up anyway. So we end up jumping around a little bit here. Quick note, I died earlier in this game as well, I'm sure you noticed. But right here, this is my, right here coming up, it's not right here, but it's a short distance into the future. But right here is my only other death in the game. This was actually a pretty good game. I've had better Rengar games, if you can believe that. But this is definitely a good one, especially in terms of the scoring, and all of that. But as you'll watch, I go a bit ballsy, and then my pathing F's up on the GP, and he gets a good crit, so I just melt. So, beware, pathing, always able to kick your ass. The most overpowered champion in the game is the one that causes you to walk where you don't want to walk. Always remember that. So, I do not own Rengar yet, but at this rate, I'm totally going to go out and buy him. He's just so much fun to play. But I'm playing him on free week right here. Tons of fun, lots of laughs. As for my general Dominion setup on Rengar, I always start Bone Tooth, Necklace, and Boots. Because Bone Tooth gives him... Well, to start, he's far better as a Slayer than he is as a Defender. So don't put him under a point and expect him to do well like that. You really want to try to get him to go around capping further points, killing the people, cleanup crew. He's Slayer cleanup crew. There you go. Because cleanup crew in Dominion also includes capping points where available. So Bone Tooth Necklace right off the start allows you to head up top and just get those instant early kills or assists. And if you're doing well, the point cap, and that gives you really strong, like, dominance for the game. So that's my outlook on that. I recommend Bone Tooth and Boots, but you can go all sorts of fashions. You can go Phage first if you really feel like it, because I recommend going Frozen Heart afterwards anyway. As you can see right there, a prime example of why W is so good. I just destroy those minions and I get a nice little bit of health. And right here I try to pop something, but no one comes. And then Shaco! Oh, Jesus! The two double, not fun! So that fight really didn't go in our favor. I use Revive, which brings me to my next point. For summoners in Dominion, I love using Flash and Revive. Revive because if something starts going really wrong, it allows you to get instantly right back into the fight with a bit of increased health and also some increased movement speed. So it allows you to just fly back into the fight as if you were a whole nother champion playing. And that's really useful. Right there I make use of Rengar's really fun passive, jumping onto the Shaco to make sure that I'm able to come out on top. I get into a minor skirmish with Jace. I probably could have killed him if I continued the fight, but at that time my cooldowns were too high, so he would have easily been able to beat me in the brawl because I wouldn't have been able to hit that ferocity bonus that you see that I'm near. And but anyway, back to the summoners. Revive, really high cooldown, but in this game type it can make or break the end of the game if it comes down to that far on the wire. Like you see right here, it's 4 to 415 and the enemies are starting to pick up their strengths. Like, Jace is starting to get his strength up. Crit Plank is starting to get some strength up. But we still just rip through them. And they actually start getting us for a bit. Right there, I try juking with my good old Flash. And right at the end, I try to pick up a ferocity bonus for a slight heal. But I died just before I can land the W. Yeah, you've got the Revive, and then Flash, just multi-purpose. Flash is always a multi-purpose thing. Rengar could really make use of Ghost, but Flash just has so many resourceful uses in this game type because of juking, maneuvers, ganking, even just how much Fog of War there is. There's a number of things that you can do that make Flash worth it. But anyway, the enemy at this point is starting to put up a good fight. I see Jace, he had the buff, so I just jump on him, hit him with my full combo. I was in the bush the whole time, so I was just able to jump right back onto him. One of the greatest gap closers, honestly. It's like a completely upgraded version of Nidalee's passive Bushwhack, or whatever it's called. But instead of just getting a minor speed buff through a bush, you can just leap at someone through the bush, and that's just so much fun, okay? That's a really fun thing to do. And in Dominion, it's really powerful because there's so many bushes by so many high traffic areas, such as the speed relics and things like that. But there aren't any bushes really close to the relics, other than these ones right here. But that's not really a problem. But anyway, this game just ended. I hope you enjoyed my first League of Legends upload. That is my overall take on Dominion Rengar. He's really powerful, really fun champion, and so on and so forth. I have some more League, and I'm going to be recording some more League, so I hope you're willing to watch some more League. Tell me what you think of this video, please. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Make sure to leave comments. Give me your critique. And as always, my name is Solstice. Have a nice day. The final score was 8, 4, and 10.